Damn, that was loud.
That was very loud.
Okay, we're here today, people, Between the Bread. I don't know what episode it is yet, but episode maybe 3, 4, maybe 5. We don't really know yet. But we're here. We got Raph, also known as Admk.
What's up?
Also known as Raphael, insert long middle name. How do you say your last name?
Admk.
Yeah. Yeah. And we just got done shooting Summer Fantasy.
Yeah, Summer Fantasy.
Which is his single dropping in 7 days.
7 days.
Yeah, 7 days. So we just finished filming the video here in Winter Park / Orlando / what was that other city? The Airbnb.
Champions Gate.
Yeah, like Kissimmee.
Yeah, close to Kissimmee, like Four Corners, that kind of area.
Mm-hmm. So all like Central Florida. We went up to New Smyrna Beach. We went to Daytona Beach. Yeah. So all sorts of places. But we literally just finished yesterday. And so I was like, we gotta get the Between the Bread in. So here we are.
Let him know.
So Admk, he's a dope independent artist out of Orlando, Florida. Well, Winter Park, but
Winter Park. So I was born in the Caribbean, in Barbados. I lived there for the first 10 years of my life, and then I moved to England till I was 18. And since I started college, I've just been in Winter Park. This is kind of my home now.
Yes, sir. Yeah. So let's we got the LaCroix here.
Yeah, shout out LaCroix.
Shout out LaCroix.
Sponsor, low-key.
We're here at Curtis's office, so shout out Curtis. Shout out C Studios.
Mm-hmm.
He's letting us in here for a minute, so hopefully this background is a little pleasing.
Yeah.
We got the plant going. Is that real? You think it's real?
What, the plant?
Yeah.
I don't think so. Look like these.
Yeah,
they feel.
That's a real plant.
Yeah.
But here, we'll get the cheers going.
Cheers. Yeah, I already started drinking mine.
Yeah, they're not that good. Let's be honest.
Yeah, I mean,
cheers.
Cheers. This is just because the office doesn't have water right now.
Yeah.
If they
all they have is this and alcohol, so we had to obviously choose the non.
Yeah, no.
But so today we're just gonna get into it. We're gonna talk about, stories, how I met Raph. We're gonna talk about the entire music video, the whole craziest week we've had this past week, and then we're gonna talk about some other little Easter eggs. So, just to get us started, Raph and I met on the Mojave set.
Yeah.
So he was coming through for that, and I'll link the video if you haven't seen it yet. But Mojave with Jad Sad. So we were on set, and great guy, helping out. I remembered him because he was just always giving a helping hand.
I was on the speaker.
Yes, he was the speaker guy running the playback, and I needed he was essential to that.
Yeah.
But then so that we did that shoot. Just met, nothing really ever came out of it. And then after Splash, which was the last video we shot in Florida with me, Curtis, Jad, that's when Kurt really brought up the idea of working with Raph, because he was coming out with a single coming out, which is this one, Summer Fantasy.
Yeah.
And just kind of sparked that whole relationship. And so from there, I don't really know what happened. We just kind of made things work. We were doing FaceTime calls.
Yeah, we were calling, and we just discussed the initial idea, because that's something that I'd been pondering about for a while. I'd spoken to Kurt about it, and we kind of just were doing these little creative brainstorm sessions just to come up with ideas. And I was like, I want to do something that's because I knew you were talent as well, because I've seen your stuff. So I was just I want to do something that he's gonna have fun creating, and that it's just gonna overall be a dope concept. So once we got on the phone with you and we were just talking about it, you're that sounds like a dope idea. And the whole thing, the organization of it and the structure of it just went really smoothly, just the planning of it, because we got the initial plan down so quickly.
No, it was literally one FaceTime call, maybe an hour or two, and we were just spitting all these ideas. And it was crazy. I think this is definitely going to drop after the video. So we can talk about everything.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But it's funny because whatever I say now, I haven't even started editing the video. So in this moment, Sunday, June 13th.
June 13th.
These are our raw thoughts about the video.
Yeah.
So yeah, just getting into it. I want to start off by asking you, like, what was your favorite scene to film, or favorite overall moment of the week?
Probably the beach day. Even though it was like, I think just like starting that whole process was a little hectic on the day, just because like we'd all been so busy the day before. Like that whole day of shooting on day one was like, we were in Winter Park, and then we went downtown, and we were there like so late too.
Yeah.
So yeah, we had that, and then day two came, and I was like anxious for the beach. I was like, because I hadn't been to the beach in a little bit, so I was just like, I'm excited to go, just like hang with friends, and we're gonna film a music video. So like, what more can you ask for? But like, for me, the beach was just like so much fun, just filming there. Like everyone was just like spraying water guns and stuff. That was so funny.
Yeah, we'll show clips of it, but
yeah,
that
like,
shit was crazy.
Yeah.
And the Jeep.
The Jeep as well. It got stuck in the sand.
I have a video of that. I was flying the drone, and this Jeep, it has 4-wheel drive, but for some reason it was in 2-wheel drive. And so
shout out Yassine.
Shout out Yassine
for the 2-wheel drive.
And yeah, just got stuck in the sand, and like the sand was so soft, and it was like you had to keep moving. But luckily, obviously, they figured it out and put that Jeep in 4-wheel drive. But yeah, that was a fun day, man. I mean, we originally had, what was it? Kurt came up with the idea of paint. We were gonna fill these water guns with paint. But then we like thought about it. We're like, man, that's just gonna ruin the beach. Like, probably not too good for the environment. And so just
like it
on
says
the fly,
anti-toxic, but like
you
never know.
And that's one dope thing about Raph, is just like on the fly. He's good with making changes, and like he doesn't really let shit catch him off guard. So like we literally were like, all right, we're just gonna fill them up with water, and then went in the ocean, just filled them up, and like honestly, I feel like made for a better scene.
Yeah, like so organic, and like just like everyone was having fun. There was no concerns about like what was gonna happen to the beach or like the water, if any paint got in the water. Like it just made it a lot more fun and enjoyable with less like stuff to hold us back.
Yeah. So then, in contrast to that, what was your most stressful or like least favorite? You could say least favorite. I know it was all fun, but like, what was one of the most stressful parts of the video?
The most stressful part. That's a good one. Honestly, I'd say just like. Honestly, on day one, I was just doing a lot of exercise. Like that's what made it just like stressful. I had so much fun because I love like skating and cycling and all that. But it just wasn't. Yeah,
keep in mind, like this is summer and we're in Florida. It's like 95 and blazing sun.
Yeah.
Stay hydrated out here.
Hot as a bitch out here. Stay hydrated, my guy. Stay hydrated. Water boy. I got on a t-shirt and like these baggy jeans. I'm like, oh gosh, like I got to cycle for like at least 30 minutes now.
Oh, at least we were there for 3 hours. I mean, skating and like on the bicycle and just all running around, and
it was crazy.
Luckily you had all the towels and extra
exactly.
deodorant and whatnot.
Yeah, I was sweating so hard. I was like, I cannot come out here raw. Like I gotta have some deodorant and some backup. It was so fun, especially like when we started like mobbing with the gang. Like we were all skating around the garage. That was really fun. And like honestly, just like seeing the shots, like the little snippets you showed me, like just made it all worth it. I was like, honestly, I'm exhausted, but
is that your phone background?
Yeah, it's on my background.
Let's see it.
You
got like the live, just hold it up to the camera.
Yeah.
It's way too overexposed, but I'll do a little screen recording of it. But he like as he presses it does the rotation of the shot. This will actually be the canvas too, so just go check it out on Spotify. Summer Fantasy, and you'll see the canvas. Super dope. But yeah, man. I mean, I feel like, what was your experience with this video? Just like obviously this being like your first music video. Just talk about like some things you learned or some things that were like unexpected, or just like your whole experience with it.
Honestly, it's like I've told you guys so many times that this has been one of the craziest weeks of my life, one of the best weeks of my life. Just like doing what I love and doing it while having fun with it was like just a great experience, and I learned a lot just from like the process of watching you guys work and like just understanding, like being able to like let you guys work and then having my input, because at the end of the day, like I came into this like I'm just gonna like trust their vision. Obviously I'm bringing like a vision of my own,
right,
but whatever they make out of that vision, I was like, I'm fine with it, because I've seen your guys' work. Like I trust Kurt so much. I trust your vision. Like I've seen what you've done for Jad and all that, and it was just like, you know, it all came together so easily because we just were able to like do things on the fly. And we just came up with so many like good ideas in the moment. Yeah,
and another crazy thing about that is like, this is probably the like third or fourth time I've ever even been with Raph in person.
Yeah.
Like we met at the Mojave set, like had exchanges back and forth, but like this is the first time we ever really like hung out even, and like to be able to do this video and just like bounce ideas off each other and like get shit done and pivot and, you know, battle all these elements was like crazy.
Yeah, like the start of the week was so like stressful as well because it was raining. Like the day we picked you up from the airport, it was raining. I was like, oh no, like what are we gonna do if it rains during the week? And luckily it didn't. I was so happy.
Oh yeah, we lucked out on that big time. It's pouring now.
Yeah.
Kurt and I just went. I got my first pedicure ever. That shit is crazy. Have you ever got one?
I haven't got one from there. I've got a pedicure.
Bro, those are crazy. Like, it will change your life. So Kurt and I took his Honda Grom, which is a motorcycle, and it's pissing rain, bro. Like, we're getting soaked out there just riding around. But literally, like, talk about that. I mean, I flew down here. It's not like we can really reschedule it.
Yeah.
Like, we had everything set up. We had people planned. He had RSVP lists for the party scene, like the pool scene. Like, you can't just shift around the rain. So, like, we lucked out big time on that.
Totally, yeah. Like, and then the last day, the party day at the Airbnb, that was a lot of fun. A little stressful, but a lot of fun. I remember me and Tasha actually ran out to get snacks for everyone. Because it was literally
Which,
nothing.
thinking back on it, probably not the best idea.
Yeah.
We should have like been, there were so many friends there and just people helping out. We should have just been like, yo, can you go grab some food? But for some odd reason, we had Raph going to get it. So like all these people are showing up and he's nowhere to be found. And we're just like, oh shit.
And then like I got a call from Kurt. He's like, yo, we got to start in like 5 minutes. This is, like we're losing light. I'm like, oh, okay.
And he's not even like dressed like that.
Yeah,
so
literally.
much.
I came in my old fit, the one I was wearing before when we drove down. And I was just like, gotta get back, change, like say what's up to everyone.
Yeah.
Just like, it was like, besides that, honestly, I had a lot of fun that day.
Yes, dude. I mean, every day was super fun. Talk about working with the younger you and the older you. You know, you'll understand it obviously if you've seen the video, but like the storyline is the Raph is a kid discovering this book of all these summer memories, then he's reliving them, and then as an older man, he's like reflecting on it. But talk about your experience working with Braylon, the younger you, and then Reggie, the older you.
Okay, so I don't know who to start with. I'll start with Braylon actually. So I met Braylon the day we were gonna shoot that scene.
Same. I met him as well.
And Kurt had met him before. He's good friends with Reggie, who played the older me. And we got there and instantly just like he had this energy about him where he was just like so hyperactive. Like he would just be telling all sorts of stories and just like honestly just like a really energetic, like fun kid. Really funny. Which helped a ton. Like you know, you want someone who's kind of out there, outgoing. Like he didn't really care much. Like he was, I mean, obviously when we first met him, he was a little reserved, but then once we kind of broke him out of his shell a little bit, and we all got more comfortable with each other, like that, he's a great guy. Great actor too, honestly.
Like, tell him about like when he was going up in the attic.
So like the climbing up in the attic scene, before he did that, y'all were like, okay, so just like climb up this ladder, like looking curious, like with curious eyes. And we were all like laughing at first, right? And he was like, with curious eyes. And we were just like goofing about it. He's like, okay. And he just does it. It was crazy. Like he was like a whole different person in that one moment. It was nuts.
Like got in the character. And keep in mind, he's 14 years old. Like this kid's so young, but super talented actor. Like and very expressive and like just a natural, honestly. Like we met him that day. Didn't even have like a script or anything for him. Just kind of came up with everything on the fly, and like just it worked out. So that was crazy.
No, yeah, a lot of respect to Braylon for that. Like, he's definitely got, in my opinion, he's got a future in acting. Like, just from seeing that, like,
big time.
Yeah.
And I know he's watching this. So shout out to you, Braylon.
Shout out, Braylon.
And then talk about Reggie, man.
Reggie's like
GOAT.
Yeah, the GOAT. The cool uncle, honestly. Like, me and Kurt call him Uncle Reggie. It's like, we approached him about it. We were like, do you want to play older me? And he was like, yeah, for sure. Like, you know, he's just down to always support us. And he played that part like really well. Because like, we came up like on the spot with the idea of you being the mailman.
Oh yeah.
Like, one of those little Stan Lee cameos. Like, I was just thinking about like that. Like, got to get Jake in the video somehow.
Facts.
And then
I'll put the link. You gotta check it out. But yeah, that scene is fire. Yeah, dude, Reggie, he grew out his beard even. Like, really played the role. And I mean, they've known each other forever. Reggie's like a legend at the barbershop. So like, and like talk about that experience, like growing up, or not growing up, but just like since you're in Rollins, always going to the barbershop and like getting to tie that into the video.
Yeah, so like when I first got to America, like properly moved here for this college.
2 years, like 2 years ago, 3 years ago?
3 years ago, yeah.
Yeah.
It was like, I didn't know anyone. My hair had been growing out for a little bit. It was looking a little messy. And I was like, I need a haircut, but I don't know a barber. And my mom was looking for places for my brother and his friend. And she stumbled across him. And I think he overheard that like she had kids in Rollins. And he was like, you know, by the way, I cut hair. Like, if you ever want to come by, like, he gave her the card, recommended Ralph to us. Shout out Ralph, who's also an amazing barber, amazing person as well. And like, he introduced us to Ralph when we got to the shop. That was me and my mom. And from there, I was kind of just like, I brought my friends to the shop. And they were like, oh, this is sick. Like, we were just lounging and talking to Reggie. And like, Ralph was cutting my hair. And from there, he was like, I think he just saw that like, me and Kurt especially, like, just wanted to be like in this environment more. And we were people that were like ambitious. So like, we kind of just built off the idea of like making Weston Kennedy like a community spot, like a little hangout spot. Like, me and Kurt just go to like vibe and do homework, for example, during semester and all that stuff. So
and like, you threw a show there too as well.
And like,
the barbershop show.
Show 1 and 2. 1 was just Jad. Yeah. And he killed that first. I think that was his first performance.
Probably, yeah.
And
then 2, you were in there too.
2 was my first performance.
And he's got Ralph and Reggie at the barbershop. They got pictures all up of like Raph and like his whole gang. I mean, everybody's there. So that's crazy that like, imagine 2 years ago while you were performing that like 2 years later you'd be filming like your first official music video in that shop.
That's the thing, right? Because me and Kurt always spoken about, we were like, we always want to like give back to these guys because they've always supported us. Yeah. And we just came up with the idea. We're like, yo, like, what if Reggie plays older you, and we just like close up the whole video at the shop, and we were just like, that works perfectly. Like, that works so well.
You gotta watch to the very end of the video. We got a little Easter egg clip of the music video of him and then Braylon and Reggie all together. Super funny shot. But yeah, man, that was awesome. That's like the first time, especially on my end, filming a video where it's like incorporating a deeper like level, like legit having like a younger you, like a middle you, and then an older you. So that was a really cool concept, and like it's really cool. It's not that hard to pull off, like just with connections and everything. Exactly. So that was crazy.
And that's the thing about Winter Park. Like, I think just since coming here, I've just been like blessed to know like good people who are willing to like branch out and use the people they know to help me. Because I was like, this all started from Kurt like showing you my stuff. And like us like linking, be like, let's do a video, and like you were down to do that. So that's how that started. And then Braylon came from Reggie, and like, you know, it's just been a whole lot of connections that brought us together.
Connections, man. That's crazy. You people if you know Raph and you've been following him, you've been seeing these Mini Coupe Mondays, okay? So basically, him and Kurt started it, but basically he gets in the Mini Coupe, he freestyles, just raw. Yeah. And when we were in the car, we were doing some freestyles. Not me, but Raph was freestyling, and literally, bro, I have never met anybody like who's as crazy at freestyles as you. I'm gassing you up, but legit, like, he is nuts.
Appreciate
like
it, bro.
Just the flow, like the vocabulary, and just like everything. Like the freestyles are crazy. So if you haven't, you got to go check him out on his Instagram, Mini Coupe Mondays. It's a series. They do it all the time. But bro, that's just crazy. Like, talk about your freestyling and like how you became so good, in my opinion, and like how that became part of it, because I think that's a huge part of your identity. Like, bro, I've never met an artist who can like just go and like do it like you. So
appreciate it, bro.
Talk about just your freestyle experience and what you love about it, what you don't love.
Yeah, so like, I'll be honest, freestyling for me, like, I can't remember exactly who put it to me like this, but freestyling is like practice. So like, if you mess up, it doesn't matter, because you're practicing. Like, you learn how to correct that going forward, you know? You learn how to become more like creative and savvy with what you're saying. And I think it was just like over time, just like watching, I guess, like, just like looking at other artists that inspire me, and like looking at people like freestyle on the radio, just like writing my own music, just how that developed. Like, it all plays a part in freestyling, because at the end of the day, like, what you take in is kind of like, you know, what you're gonna put out to people.
Yeah.
So it's like, when you look at that stuff, when you're constantly like indulging in that stuff, it comes out in like, it's just coming out in a way that's, I guess, more like personalized to me now.
Right.
So like the things I say when I freestyle are like, I'm not really capping, and like if I do cap, I'm like, nah, psych, like it ain't like that. And like,
I know, it's like some real shit whenever I heard it. So what's so do you just freestyle like in the shower, in the car? Like, are you just always kind of rocking? Or?
I mean, like, I'll be honest, I always have bars going around my head.
Yeah.
It's just like, someone will say a word and I'll be like, oh, like, that's an interesting word to play with. And then like, just like in my head, I'll go off on a little tangent with that word. And it plays a part in like when I freestyle, like with other people or just by myself, like later on.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. You get the freestyles, it's so satisfying to listen and just be like, oh my God. And like sometimes the lines don't hit you till like another line after. Exactly. And that's when it's like the best. You're like, oh shit, okay.
And honestly, for me as well, just like being on the spot like that, it's just like, it's fun to like surprise myself, you know? Because like, you don't know where it's gonna go, and then all of a sudden you like pick up this crazy flow, and you're just like, oh wait,
you're like, oh, it's going here,
and then, and like once you pick it up, it's like I get in my zone, and then just from there anything happens, and it's just, I love it.
It's crazy, man. Well, I want to talk about some of your future goals, like some of what's next. So obviously we have the single coming out 7 days from now, but by the time this is out, it's already gonna be out. So go check it out. It's a crazy song, perfect for summer. It's dropping on the first day of summer. So that's summer. Cool, little Easter egg, hopefully.
I've been waiting for a summer like this.
You heard it there. So talk about, you know, just your future plans, rollouts. You know, you want to do shows, you don't want to do shows, just everything. Talk about it.
Let's see, shows. Definitely want to do shows. I love performing. The last time I performed was actually at my school in front of like 15 people. And like, I didn't even care. I just wanted to perform. And like, honestly, especially after last night, because we went to see Jad.
Yeah, the Jad show last night.
He was on stage with him and Kurt, and you always like getting content from him. That show was crazy. Like, for real. And yeah, just after seeing that especially, that just got me so inspired. Like, I saw him on the stage, I was like, yeah, once this drops, and like once we keep it going, like definitely, I'm gonna be up there soon. I believe that.
I know, yeah. I never got to see your barbershop show, but I'm sure, just like from knowing you and your whole presence, like some shows, you on stage, it'd be crazy. Honestly. Just bringing the energy, jumping around, like.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to work on my fitness though.
Bro,
especially after seeing Jad pull that off yesterday.
Bro, Jad is telling me, he's like, I've been training, like he's going on runs and like singing his songs while he's running. And then he was like, before it was only drinking water, like it had this whole regimen. And then he got up there and he still got gassed. He was like, it just gets to you, man. I feel like all the energy and just like that, like, because even I'm out there like a little nervous. I'm not even performing, but I'm a little nervous. For Jad, there's just like excitement and just like your heart's racing. And I get up there, you start sweating and shit. Exactly. And then it's all crazy from there. But
it's just the adrenaline, really. Like, it just like, because especially like Jad hadn't performed for 2 years. So like, that was like, he was just like a ball of energy, just like ready to go. And I saw that as well. He came out. I was like, damn, this boy better not gas himself. But he kept it going. Even though he did get gassed towards the end, like, he kept it going. And he was real good. But yeah, like, that just, like, that has pushed me to be, like, especially once this song comes out, I want to be able to get this, like, going with the crowd. I feel like they would love it. It's, like, funky. Just, like...
It's super catchy. Like, let me tell you guys. I mean, we're filming with like 30 people at this Airbnb. Half of them have never even heard the song, and by the third take, everyone's singing the hook. Like,
I've been waiting for something like this. Every night we up and vibing till we see the sun shining.
It's so catchy, and people will just get it real quick, and it's just like a vibe. So you know.
So like, honestly, moving forward, I'd say just continuing to make stuff like this, because like I had so much fun recording this, writing this, filming this. Just like, I want this kind of vibe for like everything I do moving forward. And I just know that if this is what we can do with, especially since this is like my first video experience, like imagine what we're gonna do moving forward.
I know.
Like individually together, it's gonna be crazy.
Yeah. So like, do you have any songs that's in the works? Obviously you do, and I'm sure there's tons in the vault. But like, looking forward, man. What's next?
What's next? Honestly, I am working. I want to work towards another EP, because I dropped an EP in 2019.
Right.
And
Andrew was producing a lot, right?
Yeah, Crystal bro, Andrew.
Yeah, shout out Andrew.
The Chief. I call him the Chief.
I still
don't think he refers to himself as that, but I call him Andrew the Chief.
Isn't that the producer tag though?
Yeah, he goes Chief. It's like it's so good, but like, yeah, he's very talented. He's kept on getting better, and like, yeah, I just feel like that EP no longer is like a good representation of me.
You're
like,
constantly evolving.
And I'm like evolving. My sound is improving. Like, I'm finding my sound more and more as I go, and it's like, I think I just want another like little project to show that, like, you know, this is what I'm doing right now, and then we're just gonna move forward from there. But for the time being, I'd say this single, maybe a couple more singles. And then, maybe another project.
And who knows? Man, well, that's awesome, man. And I'm happy for you, and I'm going to be here every step of the way. So it's good shit there. I think we got some good stuff done. Kind of wrap it up. At the end, we always do this. Make sure to like and subscribe. Make sure to check out everything of ADMK. There's going to be links everywhere in the bio. You're going to want to follow this one, because you're early. Trust me, you are early if you see this.
This is like just the beginning. Like, this is, there's a lot coming. There's a lot coming. I'm very excited.
It was a great show. Great having you on.
Thank you, Johnny.
Appreciate it, bro. Till the next one. And shout out Curtis.
Shout out. Hey.